Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller, the podcast. I'm joined by Seth.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for finding us on the internet.
Now, these shows originally aired on Brookings Radio, but now they're all here for your enjoyment. I hope you like it.
There you go. Sit back, enjoy the show, relax. Let us know if you want to see anything on future shows. As we said, this comes out live in the Brookings area, but enjoy this archive episode.
Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. This week, spring beers. Traditionally, Maybach's, Bach's, Saisons have been spring beers. These days, those styles are still around, but they're joined by a mishmash of others. Seth Cook from Woodlegs Brewing at Brookings says the beers that came out in spring used to be dictated by what you could make, the availability of ingredients, religious events.
The seasonal beers were made well before craft brewers jumped into it. Seasonal beers were made by the brewers. You know, that's what you could make during the season. Spring beers obviously are no exception. You've got like a Maybach is a good example of something you would drink seasonally. Lots of German beers are kind of known as spring beers. I guess they have beers for every occasion, but there's a lot of German-inspired spring beers.
For example, the story goes that those rich Doppelbocks were developed to provide nourishment for monks during Lenten fasting. These days, thanks to refrigeration and technology, you can make about any beer anytime you want. Some of the top-rated stouts are released in the spring, as well as rye beers, seasonal IPAs, and more. And there seems to be a trend these days, tropical and exotic flavors in the spring.
I've seen stuff that's come out through hibiscus and tea leaves and different types of tropical fruits and even peaches or strawberries. You know, some of those things make you feel it's spring. You know, it kind of feels that you kind of shake the cold of winter off and start eating more fresh fruit. And the same thing goes for the beers. You like to kind of experiment with some of those flavors.
And generally, the beers seem to get lighter in color and in alcohol level.
We have a predisposition for drinking stuff that's lighter as the sun comes out. It's a lot nicer to sit on the deck and in 60-degree weather sipping a shandy than it is to, sitting on the deck and sipping an Imperial Stout. Especially if it's been a long winter, it's always nice to have something light and kind of welcome the new spring.
Brookings Liquor Store beer guide Drew Eklund says his selections really don't change that much come spring. He always enjoys the tropical flavors.
I typically drink stuff that I drink year-round, and that's bright, citrusy, tropical IPAs. They just seem to go down really nice this time of year. Deschutes Fresh Squeezed, we actually have that one on tap, as well in 6-pack bottles. One of my favorite IPAs of all time. Also, Green Flash's Soul Style IPA. Really tropical. Again, nice, bright flavor. And Dark Horse's Crooked Tree, another awesome IPA. It's just kind of a springtime thing for me, I guess.
I would second Deschutes Fresh Squeezed as a great spring beer, although it's actually available year-round. Beer Untapped continues right after this.
Younger than springtime are you, softer than starlight are you.
Welcome back to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. We're talking spring beers today. Session beers seem to be popular spring releases from many brewers. That is, beers that are lower in alcohol content while maintaining flavor.
People enjoy the beers. They enjoy having one or two beers, and the session beer kind of allows you to have a couple different beers with friends without it getting too out of hand.
There's a wonderful beer lagering in the tank right now at Wooden Legs that'll make a great spring beer. They're Hellbent Helles.
Helles is becoming more than just a seasonal around here. We've had a lot of people ask for it. We have a really good strain of yeast, that lager yeast that we like to use on that. Helles is a super approachable, good beer A really good example of a lighter beer, lager style for sure, but it hasn't lost a lot of the characters of being able to have some of those nice, rich characters without being overpowering. It's still lighter in color. It's still definitely lighter in profile, but not transparent in any way.
Thanks to Wooden Legs, there's now a wonderful way to mark the arrival of spring in Brookings, the annual Irish Breakfast. It's set for Saturday, March 19th.
We do that the first Saturday after St. Paddy's Day. St. Paddy's Day is the 17th, which is a Thursday this year, so we're going to do the Irish Breakfast on the Saturday. We open up early in the morning, real early in the morning. We get imported meats from a really good food vendor, one of the best in the United States when it comes to Irish specialty products. We serve food and just have a celebration together. It sometimes coincides with the pub crawl, but more importantly, it's a good thing to do maybe in the morning, and we'll do some pub crawl activities in the afternoon, but it's a good way for us to celebrate some of the Irish history and heritage through their culinary experience. So we're looking forward to it this year.
Some good food in here. This is the third one,
yeah,
right?
Third one. They've gotten bigger every year, so we've just had to figure out how to cook more and more eggs and blood sausage and rashers and white pudding, black pudding, mushrooms, tomatoes.
Finally this week, let's check back in with Drew at Brookings Liquor Store and find out what's new. First up, how about On Tap?
From Brow Brothers, it's Village Tart. It's a sour Belgian blonde, 24 cents an ounce, aged in oak barrels. The complexity on this one reminds me of something that Jolly Pumpkin would do. Really out there and in a good way. It's quite sour. It's funky. It's slightly salty. The ABV is 7.5%, but I couldn't detect the alcohol at all. I love sour beers, and this is awesome.
New packaged beer includes a welcome addition to the state of South Dakota. Nebraska Brewing out of the Omaha suburb of Papillon.
Let's start with their standard six-pack cans. I'm glad that more breweries are going that way. Brunette Nut Brown Ale. It's light and easy drinking for the style. Flavors of brown sugar, roasted malts, and hazelnuts. All of these are $9.99 except for the IPA, which I believe is $10.99.
Okay.
Next one is EOS Hefeweizen. My favorite of Nebraska's regular lineup, with flavors of banana, orange, and cloves. And then they have a Cardinal Pale Ale and an India Pale Ale. Now on to their world-class stuff. The first one is a Black Betty Imperial Stout. It's $14.99 for the bomber. It's rated a perfect 100 from Beer Advocate. This beer was aged in whiskey barrels with flavors of dark chocolate, vanilla, coffee, oak, and, of course, whiskey. The last one I have here from Nebraska Brewing Company is Hop Anomaly. It's a Belgian-style triple aged in Chardonnay barrels. $14.99 again for the bomber. There's a lot going on here. The Chardonnay aspects come through quite a bit with flavors of peach, apple, and pear. It's slightly tart, bitter, but not as bitter as I expected with an IBU of 87. It finishes oaky and dry. I've really never had anything like it.
That's it for this week's edition of Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Until next time, drink local and drink responsibly. Thank you for listening to this archived edition of Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Feel free to listen to other episodes, and if there's anything you'd like us to talk about on a future show, please let us know. Thanks again.